Okay. All right, so we have some of our filmmakers in attendance. If you want to come up for a Q&A, please. Oh, we have a lot of people here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can just come right up this way. The stairs are right over here. Okay. And you can just follow that arrow, go right around to the front. Okay, just follow. Yep, follow along. Here you go.
Thank you.
Wow, we have a lot of people here. Okay. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
You can just follow that arrow right there.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, follow the white arrow, and here you go. All right, yeah, you can just follow that white arrow right there.
The lights, all the lights.
Okay. All right, and if everyone could just kind of move up a bit. Get everyone on video. Okay, so these films are of the horror genre, of course, but they're all unique in their own right with all different styles. So let's just ask generally, like each of you could just tell us how the project came about, what the inspiration was. We'll begin. Yeah, you want to?
Hi, my name is Jeff. I directed White Eyes. And basically, White Eyes came across from. I used to live in LA, and I lived in this house that I rented with like 4 other guys. It was nice when we were all there, but when you're by yourself, it's a little unnerving when you're in this huge house and there's like windows everywhere. So I was like watching cartoons and I was watching, Batman. And there was just like, whenever they show Batman being scary, he's just got like white eyes. And, I just kind of was freaking out and watching this kind of came up.
Oh, and if you could also just introduce yourselves.
Sure. Hi. Hello? Yeah. One more. Sorry. All right. Hi. My name is Elijah Rodriguez. I wrote and directed the short film Perfect Daughter. Just really quick background on it. I was just talking to a friend about. I don't have any children yet. I don't have any kids. So he's like, "Man, we're gonna have kids." I'm like, "What if I don't have kids?" and it's like, and we just kind of go over like declining birth rates and everything, and I wanted to take a story of like the modern day spinster and just mix it in with like a Frankenstein film and what if someone says, you know what, I'm not going to have kids, I can't have children, I'm not going to adopt, I'm actually going to create the perfect child and do it in a sinister way though, and harvest body parts from people and put them together and hey, and this is my kid now. So that's pretty much the background on the Perfect Daughter. So
I think I might need your microphone.
Our mic.
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay.
I'm Dennis Callow, director of Doors.
I'm Bethany Watson, actress and writer of Doors.
Sound designer. Doors came about because Bethany has a lot of doors in her apartment. And she was like, we got to do something with this. And I was listening to a lot of this podcast called Let's Not Meet. And every time I heard a story about like knocking that you're not expecting, that it just scares the shit out of me. So I was like, let's do that. And then you came up with this backstory, and we came up with sort of a lore. And believe it or not, there is a story. And we just filmed it, the two of us.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's it. Yeah. And one of those doors isn't even a real door. So that's, I think when I moved into that apartment, the door where she hears something at first, you go all the way around to the other side and there's just coat hangers, which is frightening to me that they just walled over part of a door. So to this day, I can't get a straight answer from my landlady about what is behind that wall. So we shall see.
Hello. Oh. My name's Curry Barker. I'm the writer and director of The Chair. We came up with the idea because my stepdad, who's actually here, he brought home a really creepy chair, and my mom called me and she was complaining. She was like, he's always bringing home this weird furniture. And this chair looks like it's haunted. Like, I want it out of my house. And I was like, I stayed up all night that night and I wrote, because I was like, I could make a chair haunted. And then I elaborated more and more on like what it could do and what could happen, and casted this guy. So
Yeah, my name's Anthony Pavoni. I helped Curry out produce the film and also acted in it. And when Curry brought me the script, I've never really done a horror film, so I was right off the bat intrigued. And Curry and I have been friends for a couple of years now, and I've always supported his vision. And, you know, going into this film, it took 3 days to film, and, you know, every day he was on top of it. So definitely supporting the mind of Curry Barker.
thanks, man.
I'm Gabe Rosenstein. I was one of the producers on Eat with.
Devin Shepard. Hi.
We have our one of our cast and our colorist here as well. What is the genesis of Eat? Really, it was just sort of trying to figure out how to produce a film during the pandemic with limited resources and sort of using what we had available to us. We have a pretty substantial film family at this point. We've done features and quite a few shorts. So we just wanted to get everybody back together after a year and a half at that point of separation, and somebody came up with a cool idea, sort of a subversion of the zombie genre. The rest is history.
Oh, yeah, we were just restless and wanted to make something, I guess, is the simple answer.
Yeah, it is working. Okay. Hello, my name is Malcolm Mills. I'm the director and writer and composer and editor of Arcane Headshots, the haunted camera movie. And it's funny, the genesis, I think, was really actually thinking from the perspective of like having very little money and very little time and space, except a lot of equipment and a great crew in a room. And trying to rely more on clever inserts to convey spooky things, because I didn't have the budget to create hell or to do CGI like selling your soul to the devil. But I was interested in kind of getting away with that and the ambiguity of what happens. I know, like, I had like a little test screening with some other colleagues, and afterwards, this person I knew was urgently like, "Yeah, but what does it mean? What does it mean? You have to tell me. Like, you're like not done editing it." She actually said you're not done editing it yet, which I thought was sad, and but you know, but I think that kind of like confusion and urgency, like what did it all mean, was really, that was the kind of genesis of all the stuff I want to do, you know, and not answering it, you know. Okay, thanks.
Does anybody have any specific questions for any of the filmmakers? Any questions for anyone? Yes, go ahead.
What was your inspiration behind
Inspiration behind the Perfect Daughter.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And
You kind of already answered that.
yeah. It's funny because you're actually in the film. She's actually is a cast member. Okay. So yeah, it's just like the modern day spinster, an older woman who you know, wasn't able to have children. Isabel's actually here. She's actually played Annie. Fantastic job, by the way. So just putting together what they view as the perfect child in their eyes, you know, just kind of doing it in a sinister way, almost like today everything has to be perfect, and that's why I thought the Perfect Daughter was an appropriate title for the film. So it's like a Frankenstein and a spinster put together to create this perfect child. So yeah.
any other right in front? Yes.
I would love to know what the story is.
Doors.
It's gonna be an Amazon delivery.
Oh my God, that's another nightmare.
I noticed that it was delivered next ever.
Were you at my house like 2 days ago? Because literally that happened. Also, I have 2 microphones, but this one doesn't work. I'm just gonna drop it. We promised each other we would never say what the story is, but it is a very famous story.
Yeah, and it was the first time that we were ever like, let's keep it to ourselves, just because we really want everyone to sort of put their own spin on it. And we've always wanted to make a movie like that. Like everything we've done before this was very narrative, whereas this one we were like, no, we're not going to ever tell anyone what it is. But it's super well known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of every choice informs that story. So the sound, all the sources of the sounds behind the doors are all very specifically chosen because they are part of exactly what's happening. So that's a very frustratingly
That's our
ambiguous
pretentious
answer.
answer.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask each of you why you chose horror as the genre to communicate your story. Why was horror an avenue of the story?
Oh, I do. Sorry. I think the best answer for that for me is I've written a couple scripts, and I tried to look at one of them that was like probably the easiest way to make a short film that was actually kind of fun to do and exciting. And I thought to myself, well, overnight shoots in New York on a walk up sounds really awesome. But I mean, that's the best way. It was the best script that we had to make a short film that would be kind of interesting to do and tell the story in a short way.
I'm just a big fan of horror. There's so many opportunities with the genre. Not only horror, just straight horror, not just gore and all, but the psychological aspect to it. I think if you combine the two, I think you can really engage the audience and really get something, make something meaningful from it as well, and try to convey a message within. If you seam it in correctly, I think it'd be a great short or proof of concept or whatever. So, but that's why I chose horror personally. So.
It's funny. First of all, thank you so much for picking our films. This was great of you to have us. And thank you guys for coming to watch these. So I started and I was like, I'm going to be in Sundance, man. And that didn't happen. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to do like comedy. And then we came up with this great idea, and we put out a movie called Lonely Hearts, and that was on the festival. That was on the festival circuit in 2019 and 2020, which sort of disappeared. But that was the gateway. It was like, oh my God, I love horror. It was a horror comedy, but I saw the freedom in horror, and I realized how much I always loved it. I was the kid that had like the Gate VHS and watched like Joe Bob, and I was like, why didn't I think of this before? And so then we just went full in.
Yeah. And I think when we started dating, we both realized that we loved horror, and we sort of had this like realization. And I used to be a little baby goth, and like growing up, I wrote murder stories in second grade, and my teacher was like, great creativity. So I think it brought us, I think we both like remembered how much we loved it. And so when we came together, it was like, let's do this in earnest. And we also love the horror community so much. I think the horror community is very,
The best.
so excited, and I think so forgiving of like a low budget.
Yeah, and when we went on tour for Lonely tour, like we were in a band. When we went around for Lonely Hearts, we were stuck at home for most of the screenings because it was 2020. But we actually got to see it with a horror crowd, and they were like, "When's your next film?" And they would like, it was just the most. And I was like, "This is the crowd that we want to be a part of." Yeah. So.
Hello. Okay. I like comedy a lot, and I feel like there's a lot of similarities between horror and comedy because to tell a joke, you make someone think you're going one way, and then you turn left, and then that makes someone laugh. So when you do horror, it's kind of the same thing, but you get to be creative about how you decide to go, in what way you're going to turn, and make someone think you're going one way and then turn left. So I just like to be able to be creative, and I think that horror is one of those genres where you can really be creative in any way that you want to. And you can also have comedic elements as well, so you kind of get the best of both worlds.
Well, as a young, struggling actor, you can't be too picky, but I've always loved the genre of horror only because, I like being scared. It makes me feel something. So when, Curry and I started working on this project, I wanted to make the audience feel the way I felt when I watch a horror film. So I hope I made you guys do that.
Besides being two very big horror fans ourselves, and slowly made our director and our whole entire crew fall in love with horror as well, I think, over the years. It's been a process. Yeah. Horror has historically just been, the genre that you can really hold a mirror up to society and like explore your complications with it, I think, which is what we tend to do in our work, especially in EAT. It's no secret that was like a pandemic apocalyptic movie that we were all going through during that time. So, that's why we really loved it.
Is there another genre?
I also want to second the horror community. Love, love, love being a part of that community and screening for people who love horror. I agree. They welcome you with open arms and really let you, like Curry said, be really creative. So that's really wonderful.
Yeah, I've actually thought about this a lot. I think there are two really deep psychological reasons why maybe I and other people are into horror. And one is that so many things scare me in real life. I'm very anxious and afraid. And scaring other people in some way gives me power over it. And secondly, I think that there's some like therapeutic disaster simulation that we go through where like we're able to prepare. Like I feel if there were to be a zombie apocalypse, I think I'd make better choices than most because I've just thought about it, I dreamt about it, I'm like playing games about it, So like I think that they're preparing us in some way for a bad situation and that we don't want to end up like the victims in The Perfect Daughter. I love the performances. They're so sincere and spooky. I love them. Thank you.
Super quick, just in the last 2 minutes, I just like to always ask the filmmakers, what's the one lesson you want audiences to walk away with after seeing your film?
I have to go first? Geez. I mean, it's a short, so it's, basically just check under the bed, I guess, is what I would say. Next.
All right, that was good. It's going along the same lines. Don't take body parts from people you don't know and put them together. And be careful with special effects so you don't really cut an ear off. And, your ear's still there, right? No, that's it. I don't know. Just take everything with a grain of salt. Enjoy life. Life's short. Enjoy as many films as you can watch. So I love the horror community once again. Big up to the horror community. I really love it. So, but yeah, that's it.
You don't need film school? I don't know.
I think the lesson from the film is life happens the way it is supposed to.
It was good.
Whether you like that or not.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, as a filmmaker, for me, as a filmmaker, it's just like, use whatever you have.
Mm-hmm.
Use whatever you have,
Yeah.
Don't trust your girlfriend. She might have sex with a cop.
I'm sorry.
That's who was knocking.
That's the takeaway. And don't pick up furniture off the streets. Just, yeah. I said it all. So.
Okay, taking a turn then from comedy into horror. The scariest things are not always the things that are scary.
Headshots are so expensive. So make friends with photographers that are nice.